Hey guys, how's everyone going? Yeah, got a few more things to do this thing today. I'm really pushing on this thing hard because I want to get it done and so I can move on to other stuff. So today I'm going to attempt, I don't know if you can see it, attempt to modify that elbow to make it something useful for us. I don't know how that's going to go. I might end up just ruining an elbow, but you can still buy them, so it's not the end of the world. And the other thing I was hoping to do is have a look at that, I suppose you call it a suction hose there. That's going to need replacing because I can see that's going to leak like a sieve once we get stuck into it. Excuse me. I haven't been feeling overly well the last probably 2 weeks, so don't. If I sound a bit off, you know why. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I don't know if we're going to get round to also maybe having a look in this hydraulic tank, seeing what it looks like. Just in case, you know, hydraulic oil's dear and, well, everything else I'm doing to this thing's dear, so I don't really want to waste a whole heap of money by dumping a whole heap of oil in there that's, yeah, going to get contaminated as soon as it goes in the tank. I don't know if there's, they might have another update for you soon. Went to a clearing sale the other day. Yep, bad idea. Well, actually, I didn't go to it. I viewed it online and, yeah. I'll tell you a bit more about it in the video, but yeah, I might have brought something home. It's not home yet. Maybe next weekend it might be. So yeah, that might be something interesting for you guys. Haven't done anything more to this thing. I don't know if I told you or not, crankshaft is back. That was expensive, but it looks like new again. The block is in at the machine shop at the moment. It's getting dipped, like a hot tank type thing. So when I get that back, that'll be all nice and clean. There'll be no rust, there'll be no paint, there'll be no nothing. So I'm still working out how this is going to work because I want to have that motor all done, but it's during winter. So a good mate of mine's said I can loan his shed for painting it if need be. You know, a bit of help you out. I help, you know, he helps me out, I help him out, sort of thing. So he said, yeah, no, we can do that at some point. So that's an option. I don't know if I'm going to go that way or not, but that was really good of him. So I think what will happen first is I'll probably try and put like the block in primer as just a block. I might just, I don't know, sit in front of the heater, maybe warm the steel up a bit and then clean it off and blow some primer on it and make it, so at least it's got coating. Oh, excuse me. And then I can just assemble it all, prime bits, you know, as I can, and just screw it all back together so it's one unit. And then it'll probably get run as just a primed engine, because what I'm thinking, if I can prime it, run it, put it through like, you know, a few heat cycles, then it means I can retorque all the head bolts, and then when I paint it, it's just painted, done. I don't have to touch it. The motors should be hunky-dory. So that's the plan with that. Just as a sort of offshoot of this thing. Yeah, so that's the plan at the moment. It might change. But yeah, I think if I can get it run through a few heat cycles and I don't have to touch the head bolts or anything, and then yeah, it can just be literally painted. I'll make some feet up for it, and then I'll find somewhere to put it. I actually don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if I want to screw it in the tractor yet or not, because it might be nice to then while I'm doing that, I can pull the engine out of this one, pull the whole front off, you know, take that away. Wheels, guards, accessory bits. I'll probably, yeah, have to do probably do a few seals and stuff in the back end, like either side, like do the brakes, do the wheel bearings, axle seals, I call them trumpets, or you know, the axle housings, do all the gaskets. The biggest thing is going to be this top unit, 3-point unit. So yeah, that's all done, and then I can do that over winter, and then when it's, you know, not too bad, I can sit there with the wire wheel on the grinder, scrub all the paint off it, blow some paint on it, even though it'll just be outside, but as long as it's nice and warm. And yeah, then the engine can go in it, front axle, you know, a lot of the actual main body of the tractor will be done. That's all stuff, like besides the painting, all that stuff can be done over winter. So by next summer, yeah, maybe might be looking at having this thing a bit nicer, but I've still got the issue is it's going to live outside, so yeah. I suppose if it's all nicely painted and done well, it'll survive well outside, because it's probably only be outside for a couple of years. So yeah, I'll see what happens there. But yes, I think that's about it for the update on that. E27N still sitting there. I don't know, mate, I might be able to. No, I don't have any fuel for it. Next video should be tinkering with that, see if we can fire that up. Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends on which way you see it. Like, I might shoot some other stuff first, I don't know. But probably it'll be for me next week, and it'll be firing up, whether or not you see it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. However it goes. So, yeah, just a quick update on all that. I haven't touched that thing. It's still sitting there. It's, I did get in touch with a bloke who had some bits. I need to stir him back up again, and he did say he had another engine there, which just needed one head, I think, or something. But I don't really need another engine. I sort of just want to fix this one. But he did confirm it's all locked up, which is what I sort of thought. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get back onto him so I can get some bits off him. At least if we can make it complete, that'd be nice. I suppose even if I didn't have an exhaust manifold, we could just round out the ports. It probably wouldn't matter. I don't know. Anyway, we'll sort something out with that. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't, forgotten about that. It's still there. I want to hear it run, but I really need this crane done, because it's not supposed to be actually a project or something for the channel. This is supposed to be something I can just use. So yeah, all right. So moving right along. I don't know if you can see down there. I put a little yellow mark on that. So that's where I'm going to cut it. The issue is once I rotate it, I'm going to have to trim it, because I'm guessing when that swings around, the upright section will go one way or the other. It won't be straight anymore. So I'll pull it off, I'll do that, and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, back here again. I've hacked the flange off, or the pipe flange, whatever. Anyway, so I'll put that back on there. Get you guys set up so you can see what I'm going on about. Now that sun's in a perfect spot for us, but I'll have to make do. So, from my understanding, get in there, the factory ones went up about here. They hugged that manifold really close. I do have a photo of factory one, so I've got to study that. But what I'm going to have to do, it's going to be nasty. Now, I know this isn't going to look very nice, but it'll work. I'm going to have to get another bit of pipe and cut a wedge to fill in this gap. But what I'll do is I'll get that set up where I want it. And we'll weld just in the corners here to hold it in place. And then hopefully that nut will just sneak out. But I'm pretty sure this top bit's got to be nearly on the manifold. Like, by the looks of the way it's all set up, it might actually even have to come down a bit. But yeah, I might have to add a little bit. So I've really got to make like a wedge. Get a thick wall bit of steel pipe, make like a nice 45 wedge I can put in there and fill in the gap. Because I knew, once you cut off there, once you roll that around, if you have that nicely on there, it points, yeah, in the middle of nowhere. I knew it was going to do that, and just one of those things you sort of just got to suck it and see. But it probably really wants to be a bit further down, like maybe down there. So I've got to watch out for that back bolt too. So really it's got to be in just the right spot. The only issue I've got at the moment, there's no power here, so I'm going to have to leave this for the moment, sort out. So I'm going to have to tack weld this all up in situ. So what I'll probably have to do is bring a gen set up here and get the MIG going. And I've got the arc welder with me. I was just going to line it up, mark it, and take it down the road and use the mains power and weld it up. But it's just not going to line up. I need to put an actual a packer in there. So well, that's about as far as I can go with that for the moment. So turn our attention onto what we can do today, and that is getting that big section of pipe off. Now it's just by the looks of it got 2 hose clamps on it, so it's not going to be much fun, I can tell you that. Like, I can tell you that for free. I don't know how much oil is going to be in there. A little bit, I think. I don't know where I'm going to put this oil once I get it out. I do have a bucket there which I can use, so I can, like a 10 litre, the old oil container, 10 litre oil container, so I might cut the top off that. But I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll nick them off with the grinder. I'm not even going to try and undo them. And I'm assuming this will be, oh actually it's a bit soft. I was thinking that might be a steel reinforced, like high pressure hose, but it might not be, because usually high pressure hose you can't deflect it like that. But all this, like, it all moves, so it might not be too bad to get it out. I was originally going to just take, because on the end of that is like a 90-degree big steel pipe, 90-degree elbow, and I thought it had just a screw-on fitting on the end, but no, it's got a, it like slides into the pump with a Y clamp that holds it in there with an O-ring. So I think I might leave that alone because it's probably going to leak, and just cut the clamps off here and disconnect it here, and just leave that on there and just not touch it. So what I need that bit of pipe off. I need to be able to take it in and go, well, this is the size, I need, you know, another length of this, and just replace it. So I'll get set up for that and I'll bring you guys back in a sec. Alright, I'm back again. Now, I already had a fiddle with the other end, and I've already come to the conclusion that screwdrivers just aren't working for these. That's just quicker and easier. There was 5 clamps on the front, 4 clamps. There was lots. Oh yeah, it's going to move. I'm just debating whether or not which end. Probably this end would be easy to drain the oil out from. I'll take you around and show you what's going on in the front. Grab me a bit of plastic to keep me clean so I don't land the dewy, horrible grass. Yep, you're good, you're still recording. So, that's all cut off. Now, it had them, that, and that wrapped around it. I don't know why they had that clamped on. You can see the mark, like it was just here. And then the other bit of, well, I don't know, whatever it was wrapped around and all clamped on there. And I thought there was some type of joiner here. Turns out, yeah, no, just, I don't know, just someone doing butchery, trying to stop things from leaking oil. So I'm sort of glad I didn't just suck it and put bloody hydraulic oil in the tank, because I reckon that thing's just gonna just leak and leak and leak. Now, if you get up, have a look up in here, If you can see that, try and keep that glare away. Yeah, it's got like a... I thought it had a fitting like that side, the high pressure side, but it doesn't. It just pushes in with some type of O-ring and a clamp to hold it in there. And I don't want to disturb that, because then I have to get an O-ring for that, and I have to match that up, because it's not like you can just go in and buy parts for these things. Most people don't even know what you're talking about when you say what you're dealing with. Oh. Oh. All right. Chuck that down there. Set you guys back up on the steering cylinder. I better grab a screwdriver. Now I'm thinking, if I get this and get that up in there, try and free that up a little bit, but if I shove that sort of there, get the grinder and nick that pipe, not the steel pipe, just the rubber one. There we go. Now I am really banking on this not having more than 10 litres of oil in it. So this could be fun. Oh yeah. I might cut that a little more. I don't know how I'm going to go getting this back on, but I suppose if I clean the pipe up either side, yeah, you can see what I'm doing. If I clean the pipe up either side, I can put that on one end, slide it up the pipe, and then back down, and then clamp the hell out of it. I'm going to get high pressure, those big wide T-bolt clamps, and clamp it within an inch of its life, and hopefully it won't leak. Just touched it. That's all right. Yeah. There's obviously no oil in that, or not much, because it's not hosing out. That looks like used engine oil. Oh no, maybe it's just really old hydraulic oil. It would not surprise me if they'd just used whatever they had. Alright, that was successful. Let's, I'll shut this camera off and I'll let that drain. I'll come back in 10 minutes and yank that off. I'll see you in a sec, guys. Alright, we're back. So if I get that, ooh, that's nasty. So that needs to be put aside so that can go downtown. So I think, well, the rest of that probably just have to, there's actually not even a litre in there. Or how to put it, about a quart for you American guys. Yeah, so there's next to nothing in there. So, alright, we'll go around the other side and we'll see what the go is there. Now. So we're now on the high pressure side of the fence. So the plan is, at this union, we're unscrewing it, and all from here back is going in the bin. We're just going to run flexible line up here, and then I think I'll shoot it across under, sorry, better show you looking at. So I'll probably go from here and then shoot it across maybe into there and up to the spool valve from there. Either that, or we might come out and pick up this rail and go, actually that's probably better. So I can actually drill and tap that and go peak clamps down the side and down and up and round. Because if you scooch down here and you look up through that gap, there's where the spool valve will be. So it'll be 3 meters of pipe. It's going to be bugger all. So that's the plan with that. Instead of trying to replace that bit, then get up in here and yeah, try and put a different end on that, or something that's, you know, serviceable for me. Like, it's not worth it. Just run some flexible stuff up there and be done with it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I don't know how rusty or nasty that union's going to be, but I'm thinking I'll get my trusty angle grinder and we'll zip that off through there. And then we'll have to undo a couple of bolts, undo that, blah 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 blah, and yeah, we should be right. So I'll get set up for that and I'll bring you back. Alright, we're back. Hopefully you guys can see something, because it's in a bit of an awkward spot. So any miny mo, what are we going to start with? Well, I'll run the grinder through that hose so we can drain out whatever's in there. Now, I don't know about you guys, if you don't have battery power tools, just get some. Especially if you do anything like this, like you'll just love them. That one in there. This is going to be awkward. Yeah, I didn't think that one was tight, but so that bolt, the bolt's missing out of the front high pressure line clamp, I suppose you'd call it, so that one will get recycled into there. I don't even know if it's the bolt out of there, but yeah, whatever. No, no, it is just spinning. I thought it might have been coming undone for a second. So if I put that on there, that'll move down on the inside, so that might come undone. Nope, maybe not. Try the other end. If worst comes to worst, these can come off with the grinder as well, but actually we'll start with this one, because it's getting on the other side, it's getting hung up on that one, so yeah, I thought those ones might be a bit tight because they're fairly, the thread looked like it's pretty worn and a bit rounded and a bit not real good. Get off. It's alright, we'll have to. Alright, I'll go grab a hammer, I'll be back. Alright, so that's out. Yeah, thread's a bit funky on these, so that doesn't help matters. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I can stay in there for the moment. Doesn't matter, I'll sort that out later. Yeah, that old hose has seen better days. There we go, a bit more oil. That looks a little nicer. So yeah, once put that other bolt back in, that'll lift that up and it'll be up about here. Tighten all that up, that'll keep that where it should be. I don't think I've got, because those nuts are, well, these are quite, Jimmy, you can see that. Apologies if you can't, but on that fitting, yeah, the actual hexes, I suppose hexes you call them, aren't exactly little. I don't think I've got anything big enough to undo that today. So that's a bummer, but yeah, well, should be right. So I'll let that drain for a bit, and yeah, I'll bring you guys back for the next bit. Alright, back in. That's about how much oil we got out of it. Next to nothing. That's why I wasn't pumping any oil for us. So, next plan of attack, I'm going to get up in under here with the grinder and we'll nick that pipe just off there somewhere. It's not really anywhere nice to put you guys, so you can go there and just see whatever it is you can see from there. Clean me little bit of plastic off so I can get under there without getting coated. I knew she was going to grab eventually. Got pretty much all the way through it though. Alright. I'll just leave you guys there. It's not really worth repositioning the camera just to watch me twist that off. Oh, come here. So there's our bit of pipe. So yeah, that's 1 inch. It's either 1 inch or 3/4. Now I've got a tap for the spool valve, which is 3/4 BSP, BSPT, what you call it. Come on, out you come. It's always something. So yeah, anyway, that sun's just in the right spot. I hope you can see something, because I can't. Hey. Alright, that's out, I suppose you'd say. Oh no, we'll pull it all the way up. Off you go. I'll have to get down there, because geez, there's some crud down in there. I'm guessing the original spool valve was a bit of a leaker. And can you guarantee the new one's probably not going to be much better. Yeah, I did really like the idea of keeping the hard line, but it's too hard. Like nothing fits it besides, you know, that end. The other end you'd have to cut it off, bronze something on there, or I think they silver soldered them actually. The fitting, I just can't be bothered. Just not in the mood. Especially because I didn't really like this end much. It just didn't work very well. So we're going to go high pressure rubber all the way through. In saying that, it's not very far. So I'll have to get some big shifting shifters, or crescent wrenches for you American guys over there. I think my father's got one. Mine might fit the smaller side, and I think the old man, he's got a big one which will do the other side, I think. If not, I'll buy something. That's no big drama. Yeah, I think that's nearly... We ticked most of the boxes. We didn't really get the elbow all welded up, but that's going to be a big job in itself. I might know someone who's got a decent generator. I might be able to borrow it around my MIG. And I think I've got some thick wall pipe floating around, so I might, yeah, I'll film it. It's going to be a bit of an ordeal, that thing. It's going to be a lot of cut it, check it, recut it, cut it again, fiddle around, booger weld it together a bit, check it, on off, on off, on off, on off. That's, yeah, that. If I do a video, I might just cut most of it out and just pick the main bits, because it's going to be boring as batshit just watching me cut it a little bit, try it, cut it a little bit, and yeah, it's just not going to make for good content. So I might include that in something else, maybe. Well, the other thing I was thinking about, let's have a look here. Like, this is obviously an inspection cap thing, jigger. I don't know if these bolts are going to come undone. I'd like to have a look in this tank, but I wonder what size. Hold on, I'll stick you guys there. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back again. Oh, that's alright. These might actually undo. Well, I'll be. I thought, no, these are all going to be seized, and there's no hope in hell of getting this thing apart. That one's a bit howdy-doody. Right. Come off. Right. Well, just standard coarse thread bolts. Not off yet. Well, that bolt has a few washers under it, so there might be an issue with that one. Yeah, so it's got a little stack there, so there might be a bit of rubbish in the bottom of that hole maybe or something. Get rid of that out of the way. Just about out of daylight here, so this will be the last thing for today. I'll fiddle with this. Probably what I'll do is I'll just see what it looks like in there, and because I'll probably have to seal this and whatnot. So this will be just exploratory today. Excuse me. Right. Oh. Whew, alright, I wonder what's in here. Oh. Oh, okay. Ooh. I did not expect that. That's a massive big suction bell. You. Okay, so that'd obviously strain everything on the way back in. Huh. Ew. That's all I can say. Alright. I'll grab a torch. Holy frickin' dooly. Oh, okay, so there's baffles. I don't know if you can see, but so there's a lot of oil still on this side. Can you get in there? See, there's multiple baffles. There's still heaps of oil in this tank. Why? There is so much sludge in that tank. Oh. Sorry. Come back up here. Well, why does that oil not make it out of the tank? Huh. Alright, so because that pipe, that just literally comes out of the bottom of that tank, goes across there, down into, well, now nothing. Why are we not hosing oil out of, like, you can see it there, like, why are we not hosing oil out of that pipe? That tank's half full. Am I going to come back next week and find oil everywhere? Well, I'm going to have a bit of a think about how or what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to have to drain that tank. I'm going to have to pull it off and try and clean it. Obviously, it must have blocked up. The outlet on it. That's like, you know, a couple of inch diameter. Well, let's say 2-inch hose. You know, 1 inch. I don't know. You know, big hose. So why is it not pumping? Or, well, it's not even gravity feeding. There must be that much sludge in the bottom of that tank. Well, I'm not going to play with it, because if I play with it and unsludgify that pipe, all that oil is going to be all over my paddock. So, yeah, I'm just going to put this back together and I'm not going to touch it. That's just nasty. Alright. So, on that note, now I've got a whole heap more work to do, but it's probably better than me dumping a few litres of oil in it and finding it doesn't do anything. Alright, everyone, wish me luck, because this is going to be a freaking nightmare, I think. So, yeah, no, I've got nothing. Okay, have fun, everyone. I'll catch all you guys on the next one when we're trying to deal with this mess.